Hey guys, it's Jules. Thanks for coming back for another video. It is, well, the day that I release this is going to be February 15th, but it's actually February 14th. I had some extra time over lunch and thought I would just go ahead and do a very special Stitch and Jules video where I bring back the Stitchy wall. Since my husband went and put some new projects up there, so I thought maybe you guys would like to see that. My head's right in the middle of the Winnie the Pooh one. Maybe I'll scooch over a little bit and change the thing a little bit. But anyway, excuse me. So I'm going to talk about the Stitchy wall after I do my normal video. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll talk about the Stitchy wall first, and then we'll go into my progress on stuff, and then we can talk about everything else, all that craziness. So, so as you know, this is my New York Street 1919 from Cross Stitch Collectibles. Those, yes, the aliens have returned. That's the, if I turn the lights off, it goes away. But then I don't think you guys can see me as well. So I've got my lighting thing down here. And try this a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out the proper lighting technique. It's hard to know, guys. Seriously, it's hard to know. But anyway, so that's so that was done on 18 count Ada, and that was the one that I entered into the county fair a couple years ago and got third place for, which is why I'll never do another county fair, because I'm like, it's political to some extent, I'm sure, but whatever. But that one's only like 15 colors, lots of grays and greens and variations of those, but one of the most fun pieces that I've done. I'll do close-ups of these at the end of the video, so you'll be able to see them better. But this one is my Winnie the Pooh quote, which says, "Promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think." And I love that one. That is great. And this one is my little frog. That was a gift for some friends, and I just left him on the little hoop because I thought it looked great. Actually, that was my husband's idea, so that was his great idea. And it just says, "First one to smile wins." And it's a cute little frog. Up here is the Mary Kate. That is the completed Prayer of St. Francis. And that one's still going to my mom. But the problem is it's kind of an unusual length piece, and I haven't found the right box yet for it to send it to her. So I thought, well, I'll put it up here and let her see it, and it'll be good. Then we have Yoda, which I got off of Etsy, and it's actually the outline of his one of his most famous quotes, and "Do or do not, there is no try." And then along that same design is the Darth Vader one, also from Etsy. It says, "You don't know the power of the dark side." And those were both done on 14 count Ada. That's more on like an oatmeal, and that one's just a little bit of a, I don't think it's pure white, I think it's like an off-white of some kind. We've got up on the upper right here, that's my Westminster Abbey, which I always forget exactly where I got that one from, but I have it up there somewhere. If I put my hand up, for some reason the light's better. That's weird. So anyway, but I love that piece. That is another 18 count piece. You'll see it up close. It's just, I love it. That one was awesome. And then down here I've got my two Ronnie Rowes. Let's see, that one has been done the longest, and that one is, okay, I think that one's Williamsburg. That one's the Williamsburg Ronnie Rowe piece. And then this one's Music Teacher's House, which Music Teacher's House was actually one of the first cross stitches that I ever completed. And if you like those, we talk about Ronnie Rowe a lot on my site, and RonnieRoweDesigns.com, I think. And but they're awesome. I love them. So everything is super cool and super good. Let's see, I was going to show you a couple other things, but I think I'm going to kind of jump into the whips, my progress for the week. Got some good progress done on some things. I didn't do like a wide variety of stitching this week. I kind of settled on a few things and just did more on those. Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump right to Rainy Waterloo Place, because I did finish the page on that one. So another project another page done on another project this week, which makes me feel good. Here we go. This might be a little easier to see. Let's see here, right, y'all. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Here we go. All right. So I have now gone the width, you know, like both dimensions, across and down, are all fully filled in. So you can kind of get an idea of how big this is going to be when it's done. And as you can see, just basically got all that part down here. And I actually gridded this area. So that's the next page that I'm going to start. And so that feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. I might be a quarter of the way done with this piece. Maybe. I think I kind of am. I gotta be at least a quarter of the way done with it, right? But anyway, cross stitch collectibles again. But I love it. It's awesome. All right. So there's that one. I'm going to show you a real small progress, a little bit of progress done on the baseball piece. I felt in the mood to work on it a little bit. The fabric is still such a mess. The 14, I keep thinking I'm dropping something, but at like 14 count, Aida is super stiff when you first start it. And I actually left my needle in there. And so you can see maybe a little better that way. I finished those 2 grids and I'm almost done with that grid. So it's right here. This is what it looks like. So that's pretty cool. That was my cover from the last video, but you can see I'm just right up here. So a lot of really light coloring, which is why I'm definitely gonna come down and do this side first, versus my normal go all the way across first. They'll just go down because then it'll actually look prettier faster, and that's what we want. Prettier faster. All right. Next up will be Apothecary Shop. I got a lot. I've been stitching on it a lot, and there's on the back of this piece, there's like all kinds of pieces of floss everywhere, little wart things everywhere. Well, now they all fell off, so now you can't see them. Typical. Let's see here. So there you go. You can kind of see. So it's coming in. What would it be? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. It's gonna be awesome. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be awesome. But anyway, so I'm making a lot of progress with this page, because this week basically I filled all this in, filled more in like just through here, patched it in, and then I just got a lot more of this in here. And I think this is the bottom of the page. So, I mean, certainly page 2 is going much faster than page 1. So that's awesome. Alrighty, got a little Ronnie Rowe, because we did that on the Stitch With Me, and then I did get some more done like I said I would focus on that a bit more. I'm trying to figure out what will work the best. Stupid lighting. Silly lighting. Here, let's do it this way. Sorry guys. This will probably be the last time I do this down here for a while. It's just, I thought, it'd just be different. I was going to show you my Stitchy wall, and I was going to do my regular video, but I figured, why not just do it all in one video, and that way I don't have to worry about editing it together and whatnot. So, here we go. Ronnie Rowe. So it's coming along. I know, slow progress, but it is coming along. When we did the Stitch Along this weekend, or the Stitch With Me, I basically just started this. So what I did was I just finished these like 4 rows right here. I just finished those 4 grids, and then that is the end of page 3. So that's how much I have left to do on page 3. Then there's just page 4 left. So I like it. That'll be the 3rd in my Ronnie Rowe collection to go up on the wall, and then I can start the capital one. So that'll be good. That'll be good. All right, finally, I got. Here, I'll take it out of the hoop. I was working on it last night. Old World Map 2. I was working on it. Pretty good. I keep getting distracted with the dogs, though. They are needy. But anyway, I'm going to show you the close-up version first. So you can see, it's a little harder for me here. Can I talk while I do this? No, I can't. It wouldn't be polite, would it? So basically what I got done is I got all the way across the top of the page, and then I filled in a bunch down here, filled in a little over here, but you can see how it's kind of working its way over. So I got a lot done. There it is. So, and I finally found the picture. So here you go, guys, right here. Old World Map 2. This is what it's going to look like in the distant future, in the far distant future, what it's going to look like. So if you can tell, hold on, I've gotten this top row all the way to about right here. So I'm almost halfway. I always say that. I'm like, almost halfway. But that's coming along nicely. Very nicely. But so I've been working on this a fair bit, and I think it always slows me down some. So if I work on a lot of that, not a lot else gets done. So I just didn't work on anything else, which is good. Now, some cross-stitching bits and bobs and things and whatnot. So here's my issue. Here's an issue. I was looking into my Doctor Who, the space traveler from Haid, Heaven and Earth Designs, and I can't find page 1. I'm pretty confident I have page 1, but I can't find page 1 of the pattern. I might have to reach out to somebody on YouTube that may have it, but I'm still looking. I'm not saying that I don't have it. It's just, it's going to be a little bit more hidden, I think, in my stuff. But, because I had started, I think I had tried working on it for a little bit, so I had it and I had highlighted it, but I didn't get very far on it, and yeah. Anyway, so that's why I haven't, like, talked about it, gotten started. I totally forgot to tell you guys last week about that, but so I'm kind of in that position right now where I'm like, can't really do anything on it or get any fabric or anything before I actually, you know, find that page 1. And no, it's not on the other side of page 2 like the other one. It's just not there. But it's around here somewhere. It's got to be, right? It's got to be. So I keep flitting back and forth between these two pieces of, should I try and start a little bit here, try and start a little bit there. One is the Rainy Day in Boston piece. And man, I mean, it's just so pretty. I wouldn't mind starting that. It's just that it's very similar to like a Randy Waterloo place, just has a bit more color, and I don't know, I'm just like, oh man. Anyway, I'm just thinking about it, but the one that I really ought to start is the one from Scarlet Quince, and that's the one that, well, you can see reflections of things, but the city from Greenwich Village. I love the artwork. Sorry for the reflections there. I think you're actually seeing the screen, but a little better maybe. But anyway, oh, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I could start this. This is the one that has the blended threads, so I have to kind of get my blended threads organized. Just such tiny little writing. So I'm going to the eye doctor next week. I think it's next Thursday. My husband made an appointment for both of us. So I'm going to get some good glasses. And I think I'm going to have to start wearing my glasses when I stitch, especially with this. I want to show you. I'm only going to show you a smidge of the pattern. Please don't, like, get mad at me or, like, oh, bad girl, when I do this. I'm just going to show you one tiny little block of it to show you how small the writing is on the pattern. It's like ridiculous. You can't even quite see the symbols. It's so small. It's so small. So I was watching, I was actually watching Ginger Gerald's video yesterday on how he does large coverage pieces, because gosh knows we can always learn from each other. And I was watching that video, and he was using he had an iPad, and he had a program that he just sort of, like, I guess he takes a picture of the page he's working on, and then he can tick off when he highlights stuff. It's something I should probably look at, but I'm really afraid I'm going to mess it up. If there's an ability to mess it up, I'm going to find it. If there's a way to mess it up, I'll find it. But I might have to look at that and just see if that's something that might be a little easier on certain things, and certainly help me with keeping track of my pages that I lose from time to time. So, all right. So I should do that, and 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 that. Plans for the week, and then we're just going to talk about all kinds of other things. So hang on with me for a few more minutes, those of you who only stay here for the cross stitching. So I still plan on sending fabric. I need fabric for Boba Fett and the Dachshund. So I still want to do that, get that going. I want to start one more thing this week. It just depends, you know. It depends on like when I'm like how I feel about stuff. I got the weekend off, although we are going to go see Black Panther. So I think I can get a lot done. We'll see this week, but I'm hoping I can. And but I don't know. It's like I like what I'm working on right now. I feel like there's something missing, and it's probably just like it could. Well, yeah, I haven't worked on Yoda in forever, but it feels like I'm missing a project. I'm gonna have to watch an older video, and like if you guys see something that hasn't been in my rotation for a while, and you're like, oh gosh, I wonder what happened to that project. Can you just let me know? Because I feel like there's something missing. Like there's something I'm not working on. I've got the Stormtrooper piece, and I didn't do any work on it this week, but I need to definitely work on that some. But there's something else missing in the rotation, and I just don't know what it is. It just feels weird. I don't know what it is. Just something's not right. I forgot t-shirts. This is still one of my favorite t-shirts, and so I like to party, and by party I mean cross stitch. Boop, 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 boop. But oh yeah, so update on the amazing, awesome, wonderful Kate Upton shirts. Oh, I gotta take this one. I took one into work. There must be different sizes. Oh yeah, because this one's a 5XL. Wow, okay. Yeah, this must have been the one I held up the other day, because I took one to work and I held it up and I'm like, wait a minute, that one's not terribly oversized. But this one is. I'm now the proud owner of 3 Kate Upton Houston Astros shirts. Woo. And yeah, got that. That took about 5 emails back and forth between myself and the lovely customer service at Teespring, who I still don't think that they believe me that I didn't order these. I'm like, I know I didn't order them. I'm not going to take credit for that. But so anyway, but they were kind enough. But then I just got to keep them. So no big deal. But yeah, that was weird. What else has been going on? We haven't been able to get the bees checked on in the last week or two because it's just been so cold whenever we've been able to go out and see them. But they're doing okay. Everything's been going well according to those guys. My husband's getting super excited though about the impending bee season, so he worries about them all the time. I mean, hardly a day goes by that he doesn't say something about wanting to go check the bees. And I mean, if we lived really close to him, he would be trekking out there every single day just to stand outside and look for bees and see if they're coming out. But I signed up for a bee education course. It's kind of cool, but it's for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a veterinarian, but I have to take a certain amount of education every year in order to kind of stay up to date on things. And there's actually out there an online course about bee husbandry, bee management, bee health, and all that. And I thought that would be a great addition to our little beekeeping business here, but also just widen my knowledge. So I like that. So I'm gonna be doing that. I think we're pretty much set as far as that's concerned. As far as the bees are concerned, we still have honey. We have some that we just kept. My husband eats it all the time. I eat it some. I don't eat it as nearly as much as he does, but it still tastes so good. So good when you get it. Dogs are doing great. We hooked up a little, we have a tree outside, and there's this, if you have a really active dog, like a big dog, or even a little dog that's really active and that likes balls or likes to tug on things, there's this, I think I threw away the packaging, but it's almost like a bungee cord, but you throw it up over a branch of a tree, and then it cinches down, it hangs down, and then you attach whatever you want to attach to it. And it comes with like a rope ball. And so you can pull it really hard, and then like it's got like a bungee, so you can pull it and it goes boom, you know, and shoots back and whatnot. And so we've been trying to encourage the golden retriever Zuzu to play with it, because she loves balls and she loves to chase things and she loves to tug on things. So we were like, you know, she doesn't mess with it unless we're out there, and then we're playing with it and we're kind of swinging the thing around, and she grabs it and pulls it and it slings, and while I'm standing right there, she'll run over and grab it and pull it and sling. But the problem is I have to stand up right there with her, and as soon as I like go to leave, she's like, what are we doing? You know, and she's so dependent upon myself and my husband for everything, in terms of just, she can't be by herself. You know, even the other dogs. I mean, we've got 7 dogs in this house, and she, you know, she gets along with them all, but she's got like one good buddy out of them. But he's like 8 years old now. He's like, yeah, I don't feel like playing all the time. And so it's just, oh my gosh. I take her into work with me. I'll take her back to work with me this afternoon just to give her some exercise. But I wish that she was more independent. Like, you know, those dogs that go outside and they just like to be outside and they just hang out there. We have one dog that's like that. And the rest of them are all like in and out, in and out, in and out. It's just, it's crazy. So that's all going good. Fish stories. All right. So I learned a lot about fish this week. Sunday, it was the Stitch Along. So those of you who saw the Stitch Along, I think you heard that I was going to the fish store, but you haven't heard what happened. So what happened at the fish store, why we went to the fish store, was because I felt like it was time to get the water tested in my saltwater tank, because it was doing so poorly. And the coral that I had put in there has still yet to like open up and want to do anything. And that typically means that the water quality isn't where it needs to be. And I have all the testing systems for everything. I have I'm testing salinity and pH, and for nitrates and calcium, and you name it, and I have a test for it, and I've been testing, and everything is like coming back fine. So I'm like, what is wrong with my tank? So I took a sample of water in, and what I found out was that my little instrument that I use to measure salinity, which is basically just how watery the salt water is, you know what I mean. And it was not nearly as salt watery as I thought it was. And the number should be like a 1.022, and it was 1.014. And that is significantly lower than it should be. And that's why the corals are like, you put us in fresh water. This is more like fresh water. This isn't salt water. We're not going to take anything in. And yeah, I'm surprised the fish are still alive, to be perfectly honest with you. But so there was that, and then the pH was off. I mean, really off. And I've known the pH has been off, but all I have is like these little test strips, right? And I've got another kind of pH test, but it always comes down to what color of magenta is this, or what shade of magenta is this, or like on here, it's like what color, which color is it? And when you do it, it's just like, I don't think I have there's an old strip. Nah, it's already dried out, you can't tell. But I'm like, am I slightly colorblind or something? Because I'm just not, apparently I just wasn't reading it right. So they tested it there, and it should be at like really like 8.2 to 8.4, and it was like 7.7. Was it that high? It might even been 7.4. It was ridiculously low. And again, I can't believe the fish are alive, but I can see why the coral doesn't like it. So I came home basically with a new plan, first thing I needed to do was my little instrument. It's called a refractometer that I measure my saltwateriness with. That hadn't been calibrated, and I've only had it for like 3 or 4 months, but I don't know if it just didn't get calibrated coming out of the shop or coming from shipping or what. But when I looked at it, and there's a way that you calibrate it, it was way off, and so I had to kind of readjust it. And as of this morning, it was up to 1.018, so only a few more points to go to be somewhat normal. The pH, I'm definitely with this strip test, the pH is getting better, but I ordered this little digital pH monitor, and it should be here today. So I'll measure that and see how it goes. And basically, in order to change these parameters, what we're talking about is with a pH, I have a kind of a chemical basically that you add. I don't want to say chemical, but it's I don't know, something that raises the pH basically of the water, and so I've been putting some in, but we'll see when I get the pH meter and how high it is. And then with the salinity, what I'm doing is I have basically a bucket of water with salt water in it, and it's at a higher salinity than I need, and so as the water is dissipating or evaporating off my tank, I'm just adding in a little bit at a time of this higher salinity water, and it's gradually bringing up the level, because you don't want to correct it like that, because then your fish are like, rah. So we don't want that. Let's see what else going on. So that's, so as soon as I get those things done, and I'm hoping this weekend maybe they'll be pretty close to normal, then I get to get an emerald crab, and the emerald crab will help pop all my bubble algae that is in my tank, because it is nasty. In the last week, the 2 weeks max, my rocks in my saltwater tank are literally just covered in this thick, bubbly looking material that should not be there. It's a form of algae, and they recommended an emerald crab. There's a lot of different things that people recommend for bubble algae, and I'm just going to start with the emerald crab because I think that sounds like fun. I want to watch that guy go to work. He's going to have a smorgasbord here of stuff. Ooh, speaking of which, I think Amazon just dropped off my pH meter. Scared me a little bit too. So I'm trying to think. I think that's... I know there's more that I could talk about, but I'm coming up on 30 minutes on the video. Oh, so let's show... I know at like 30... At some point, my camera's going to want to cut off, so because it's like, you talk too much. So let's just go ahead and show you a close-up of the other things here. Sorry, guys. We're real high-tech here. Real high-tech. So this is the one Ronnie Rowe. Get in a little closer. Try and focus it a little bit. But anyway, that's what that looks like. We've got this up here. Hold on, if I touch it, it helps focus it. But that's the close-up of that one. And then I've got my dark side. Ooh, that looks like that needs to be dusted. I should do that. And then, whoop. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, dark side Yoda. Closer Yoda. And then, I can't really see, guys. I hope you can see that okay. That's the Lizzie Kate. Came out nice. Sorry. And then this is... I'm just causing all kinds of ruckus problems here. And then there's 1919, a little closer. Not great though, I'm sorry. Still has the alien in there. And then it's my other Lizzie Kate. Oops, there we go. And then Mr. Frog. Hello, Mr. Frog. Alright. So there's all those. I apologize for the fact that it just isn't as good as far as the up close and personal. Whew, hold on. Oh. Now the lights are super bright. Let me turn. It's like it got readjusted to the light. Now it's like it's all it sees. It's all it sees. That's a little better. Do I have any funny stories? I don't think I do. I'm tired. I still have to go back to work. I have a busy afternoon. But I'm hoping I can do some fun stuff later today, but we'll see. Gosh, I mean, like, I normally like all like excited and stuff. It's what happens when I'm like trying to shoot something while I'm doing 5 other things. But anyway, so that's it. That's my Stitchy wall. We'll probably go back to shooting the videos upstairs with the blue wall, although I may put some new things behind me so you can, so we can all see, and it's not quite so blue behind me. But I hope this video was good enough. Was it good enough for you guys? You're so demanding. That's it for the week. I'll see you guys this weekend with another Stitch With Me video. And I'm not sure which one I'll do this time. Maybe Rainy Waterloo Place? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we'll go from there. But yeah, you guys have a great one. Keep asking questions. I love questions. They're awesome. And subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you next time. Take care.